Morning, folks. Lester here. I am taking a walk down towards the river with all of our babies, the littles, and along the way I have to do a little bit of patching to some of my fencing. I got zip ties. I'm doing a quick fix today, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes a quick fix is fine. We're very blessed for the rain that we got yesterday, and from what I understand, we may get some more this afternoon. Wasn't a lot, about a quarter of an inch, but hey, desperate times, y'all. You'll take whatever you can get, and that is the truth. I tell you, I was just rejoicing at the rain. I was trying not to make any joyful noises to the Lord because I know how I didn't want anyone having to hold their ears. I'm walking real gingerly today. I'm going down a steep embankment, loose gravel, clay that's wet, and I don't want to slip and fall. And I'm hoping the goats will all join me. I didn't bring any dogs because y'all know the goats are kind of weird when the dogs are around. That's sad because I left all the dogs locked up in the yard. It's a shame you can't do both. There we go. All righty, we're going to go ahead and do a head count. Hawk.
Here.
Lenny.
Here.
Brady.
Here.
Roxy.
Here.
Shirley Bird.
Here.
Laverne.
Here.
My two golden girls. Lefty.
Hey.
Pickles.
I'm here, Dada.
Elfie.
What's up, man?
Chip.
Here.
All right, that's all 12. Now, I'm going to hope that I can get all the goats eating. And once they start kind of consuming themselves with all of God's greatness and goodness around them, I will sneak up and work on my fence. What I don't want is them to follow, because that's what seems to always happen. The goats enjoy coming to the woods for all of the nourishment. I mean, this is the Garden of Eden, for Christ's sake, y'all. But I should not have said for Christ's sake. My gosh, baby. So we got to keep a really close eye on some of our mamas, because that's not so. If you don't already know this, there's some things that you look for to let you know that it's getting close to time. The tail will normally start hanging down. All of that cartilage and stuff right there on the backbone will begin to loosen up when they're getting close to delivery, and the tail will lay down flat. When the tails are still up, you know you still have a couple of days or weeks. Watching Shirley Bird for the same thing. You can see her tail is a little bit more relaxed, but not really. Also, they'll start kind of nesting. They'll start pawing at the ground and building themselves sort of a nest. They call that nesting, I believe, bedding, but they try to find themselves a place where they feel comfortable and safe giving birth. Sometimes they'll start making a low mumble, rumble, moan, kind of a humming sound, to just kind of like, it's a very soothing sound, but it's one that helps them relax themselves, I believe. And I do believe every single one of them are pregnant. And I don't know, I mean, Jamie may disagree, and that's fine, but I actually look forward to babies. I love going over to I'm a Survivor and seeing the baby goats. There's something special about having babies. Believe it or not, Mr. Huck looks more healthy than Lenny. I'm looking at these little sunken in spots on him, and I don't know why he's looking like that. He looks kind of frail. He's not. But Mr. Huck got his little His little belly working and stuff. Looking good, Mr. Hawk. Lenny, you feel okay? You guys can keep eating. We don't have to leave. I have to walk inside the ostrich pasture and gather up a couple of eggs. We have one over there. And then we got one over here. And that's awesome. We don't need the eggs, that's the only thing. And I had a long talk not too long ago with LE. It's the same message that I've tried to preach, I guess for the last 2 years or so, about taking care of those that take care of you. And, you know, a lot of folks have animals for different reasons. Now, you already know this. Some people have animals to sell or to process. And that's a way they make, that's how they fill their freezer, or that's how they, you know, make extra money to pay the bills. Other folks have animals to help maintain their pastures. Like, you know, you already know that goats will eat things that your cows and horses won't. Cows and horses eat stuff, they graze on stuff that your goats won't. And so if you want to have a balance with your pastures without you having to do all the work yourself, you know, with your bush hog, your brush hog, then you can have animals to help you maintain your pastures. And then you say, well, Lester, where do these birds fit in with all of that? Where do our birds fit in with all of that? Well, that's a great question, because they don't do enough grazing to help maintain any pastures. We don't sell them, you know, to help pay bills. And we certainly don't eat them. We don't even eat the eggs. But I will say that for us, and this kind of goes for a lot of our animals, they do, in a way, help pay the bills by the content they offer in videos. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you probably have no idea about. This may be considered too personal for a lot of folks. Some people don't like to talk about personal things, but would you believe that
Daily trivia.
Which of our animals should earn more revenue from video views?
that Tex, our longhorn bull, has made our family more money from his video content than any other animal? And I would say by far, Tex, our longhorn bull. Where's he at? He's out there. There he is, laying down by that tree. Yes, he is our number one money maker as far as videos go, because he just has always found himself, well, he's intriguing to a lot of people. I'm trying to put these eggs so they don't get knocked over. He's an intriguing character, okay? Yes, he is. He's very intriguing. And then, would you believe, this would be a great question if it was a trivia kind of question. Would you believe that the number two, I'm not saying the most popular, but the number two animal who has made us the most money as far as video content would be none other than, drum roll please, Carl. Yes, Carl. Carl, we did not rescue Carl knowing that he would be such an attraction. Because would you believe that there's more, or I would say there's as many people who hate Carl as those that love him. And I know that you may not find a lot of love for an animal that you know has the potential to kill you. And he does. He has the potential to kill you anytime you walk inside that pasture. But if you remember when we rescued Carl and the situation he was in, the condition he was in, and see how much he's thrived now, there's a lot of folks that enjoy seeing Carl content. And some folks watch Carl content just to be mean, just to hate. And some folks watch Carl content for the intrigue. Because besides maybe the National Geographic Channel, where else have you ever been able to be so up and close and personal with an 8-foot ostrich? Yeah, seriously. And this is not one that some cameraman has that he zoomed in on from across the great savanna of Africa. This is one that you've watched right here in Lester's own backyard with all of his antics, his dances, his mating rituals, his fathering of these babies. I mean, you name it. Carl, his protectiveness of those that he loves, his little goat friends and his family here, his love for Debbie right there in front of him, the ongoing rift between he and his eldest son, Tat, and how that's going to play out. Carl brings a lot to this page. He does. And so that may be a little tidbit of information you never knew, but if you ever look at a video creator and you ask yourself how they make enough money to pay their bills, well, that longhorn bull is number one. And then this 8-foot male ostrich is number two. So no, he did. Whereas Tex actually earns his pay. He earns his pay by helping us maintain pastures and then producing beautiful babies who can help us maintain pastures. Yeah, Carl doesn't do any of that. He produces a lot of babies, but all they're good for is to eat. And people have fell in love with them. People have fallen in love with these babies. There are some that you love more than others. I think we all have a kind of a deep thing for Tina because of her, her situation, her ailments. Of course, everybody loves Wanda, my pecker. Come on, y'all, admit it. Say, Lester, I love your pecker. I love it, Lester. Wanda, your pecker. Please don't voice text that in front of your husbands. They may not get it. They may not get it. But you all do. If you've watched the page, you know that Wanda is my pecker. Because she pecks me like crazy. Here she comes now to peck at me. You coming to peck at me, baby? You gonna come bloody my ears? Nope, she's gonna go back and eat. She had to get her a drink of water. And then I would think, now I don't know this for a fact, but I would think that your third, or besides Carl, the third most favorite to watch would be Tat. A lot of people are intrigued by his personality and his character. I know that you love Debbie because she's just so obedient. She's our prettiest bird. She is. She's our prettiest bird. She has the prettiest face. And so Debbie has quite the fan following. She wears her party dress with so much grace. And she belongs at the royal ball. Sweetie, you belong at the royal ball with that dress. You need to hush it up. No one asked for your opinion, all right? We're looking at her pretty dress. Sweetie, you're beautiful. We love your pretty dresses that you wear. Just like Jamie, her pretty dresses. You got your pretty dress, too. And such a pretty face to go along with it. Mm-hmm. Hey, where'd you go? Sweetie, I couldn't see you. Anyway, that's probably some tidbit of information you never asked for. But Lester just threw into a video so you would know. Now, if you want to say who is probably the number 3 most popular, which videos get more views, which produce more revenue for the ad revenue, it would be Ringo. Listen to me, I've never calculated how much. It would require me having to go back to every video and going into the analytics and adding up the numbers of how much money they've actually produced from their videos. But the reason I know for a fact it's text is because you can go to your videos in your archives and click a button that puts them on from your most popular and text. The Longhorn Bull has probably, I would say, 7 or 8 videos with over 1 million views. And that tells you right there that when over 1 million people watch a video, that means that many people in that million would have seen an ad or two pop up. And every time that ad pops up, there's a couple of more centavos, a couple of more pennies added to the pot. And you guys, believe it or not, you put all those pennies together, next thing you know, they add up. So, I don't know why. I was thinking about that. I was just remembering that Ellie and I had a talk. I said, invest that money back into what makes you money. That's the only way you're ever going to be successful in the long run with all of this. And I believe that. And then this is where people start getting mean to me. Like, you need to stop bragging, Lester. Guys, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that you can look around and see how much money we have put back into our animals. That's not a braggart thing. That's a matter of pride kind of thing. Because look at how many video creators that you may follow that do not put money back into their content. They spend their money on themselves, and they spend their money on things that are going to enrich and enhance their personal lives, not things that's going to enrich and enhance the lives of their animals. Yep. That's how you got to break it down. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for putting up to me as I just kind of like ramble away. And hey, we'll see you on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.